Oh, so we playing or not?
We are now unmuted. It is now on your faces.
Oh, we were muted the whole time?
Yes.
We should have not been muted. That would have been hilarious.
Dumb, stupid faces. So, hello. And welcome.
As dragons.
I was waiting for Connor to do that. You guys remember what happened last time?
It's a show.
We
Neither about
brutally murdered an
nor
orc.
finding them.
Shut up, Connor.
Just not Dungeon Fighters.
You're right. It's Paths and Dragons. A show neither about paths nor finding them.
You mean paths nor dragons?
Actually, yeah, it is a it is about paths.
It's very much about paths.
It's not about dragons, though.
No, it's about sidewalks, not paths.
No. It's about drive. It's about power.
It's about power.
Power. We stay hungry. We devour. Hypothetically, if there was drive in power,
would we henceforth devour?
Become the Rock.
But actually,
hypothetically.
Anyway,
do you guys remember what happened last time? I know the answer is no, but
I did have a lot of fun impersonating a really old orc, and then we convinced his friend, not friend, that we weren't going to kill him, and
we conscripted him.
That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's literally all that happens.
Yeah, he's our friend.
Yeah.
Friend, yeah.
Friend with an asterisk mark above it.
You mean
no, it's the word friend, but it's a link to meat bag
roll. Oh, it's a link to Meat Canyon.
No, it's a link to people most likely to be stabbed in the back.
Correct.
No, that's Joran, and we all know it.
Wait, no, I'm the one most likely to stab in the back.
No, they're right. They're right.
Yeah. The issue is, as soon as you stab somebody in the back, Aaron, okay, that was weird. Anyway, as soon as you stab somebody in the back, I have a lot of money bet on Debauchery just immediately shoving a knife into your spinal column.
No, you mean magic missile into my spinal cord.
No, it will be a knife.
No.
Why not both?
Is it too much to ask for both?
Both? Both is good.
So.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what's the situation?
Describe the scene.
I mean,
not the scene so much. I am having.
The last thing that happened was you not so subtly threatened your new orc hireling.
I don't remember threatening him. I just remember him giving two options.
I did.
It was really the lesser of two evils.
And I don't exactly remember what the deal was with him.
Potentially die by Baron Wolf, or want to die by Baron Wolf, or potentially.
And what was the plan to use him for?
We're just going to protect him.
Navigation
as long as he helps us.
Helps you with what?
You don't know where we're going.
He can't go back to the orcs because he'll die, so he's welcome to stay with us.
Yes.
And where would you like to go now?
Well, he also told us that Baron Wolf had something. Hold up. It's slowly coming back to me.
How slowly?
I mean, why are we here again?
You're here to find the king of Kamlisle's son.
It's not
right.
Just say the prince.
Former king.
And
there are multiple princes.
Yeah, this orc has nothing to do with it. This friend we made, he knew. He knew at least
He
something
knew
about
about
Baron Wolf.
said
Knew
prince.
about me.
He knew about the Erzexus. He knew
True.
about the prince. Not exactly that he was a prince. And he did work for Baron Wolf.
Gotta
Yeah.
remember the accent. Yeah.
I'm a snake.
Did he give us information on
Hey.
where the prince was kept or something like that?
He did not know. He merely knew that Baron Wolf did bring someone in recently. A non-orc back from wherever he went. And took him to his fortress.
Yes. And we are currently on our way to the city.
To the closest city.
Emotional.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
Oh, great heavens.
And
I
this
will take
city
you to
does have a
Jesus.
name. It's a good name, even.
Is it?
Is it Stony Stone Thrower?
No. It is not Stony Stone Thrower.
Good.
Shut up.
That's a terrible name.
It's the Stony Stoner.
It's Ham Fist.
It's racist. No, it's Taser Face. Crap. It's Taser Face.
No, the town is known as Unvrigel.
What's that?
Let's do.
Unvrigel.
Vriggle.
That is correct.
Vriggle.
You could also pronounce it
Unvrigel.
Unvrigel.
Sounds like you are
Unvriggle.
unvrigling something.
It's technically two
Really?
words.
My question is, what is vrigling to begin with?
Virgle.
So anyway, so question: what's everybody's like physical state looking like right now? Are we all good?
Oh, I have a bunch of blood on me.
Not yours.
That's not mine.
Suspicious.
If I'm not mistaken, I think we wanted to take a rest because Devasri needed to spell.
Yes.
Yes.
That this is going to assume it is after that. So you should be good.
Okay. What time of day is it?
When would you like to head out?
Yes.
Great question. Let's just do 10 in the morning.
Wait. It's a great question.
Perfect.
10 in the morning. Where are we currently?
You would still be at the dead orc's cabin in the woods.
In the woods.
The woods.
And the city is... I know Devasri knew it almost instantly because of a ridiculous roll, but...
I think it
Which
was
way is the
west.
city? Let's go west. All right. Yeah, so, I mean, if it's 10 in the morning, I assume everybody's been up for a while, and it'd be around this time that Philip is... He's getting up, tightening any straps, his belt buckles, making sure his rapier is properly affixed to his waist. Then he looks at the rest of the group. All right, I think now would be a good time to go.
Right. Which way were we headed?
I believe Devasri said we should be headed west. Against my better judgment, but I'm willing to trust. The woman, how old are you, Devasri?
The creature?
What was that, Nate? It sounded like you said dead.
I'm
17. All right.
16.
16.
16? 16. Fascinating.
The orc's gonna be like,
Anyway.
16?
Yes.
You're older than I thought.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yes.
I have an age. Let's see it. Let's see what that age is.
I have. It is between 1 and 99.
This man
Yeah,
behaves
'cause
as
I
if he's
think
like
their maximum age
17.
is before then.
It depends on what age orcs mature at.
Here's the
I
same.
assume it's similar to humans.
I'll find it.
I'm looking at it right now, but it's being a little iffy. It's not giving me starting ages. It's not giving me like the adulthood.
Adulthood is at 12 years.
Yes, 12 for adulthood. So, yeah. He's like, I'm 17.
That's what I thought. You behave like a 17-year-old.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means exactly what it implies. You act your age.
You have a lot to learn.
Okay, well, that's a more cynical way of putting it. Not exactly what I was trying to imply, but that's drawn to you. Anyway, Jarin, are you ready to leave?
Yes. I've
Okay.
cleaned up.
Okay, good. I was afraid that last night your pillow hadn't been properly fluffed and you hadn't gotten a good night's rest. But it seems that you've gotten some beauty sleep. And you look somewhat better, though you're still covered in horrific amounts of blood.
They're gonna
Very good.
they're gonna ask questions about where that blood came from.
Certainly there's some kind of magical methods of, cleaning clothes or something. Later
There
on.
is.
Oh, sorry?
It's called create water.
Called
It's called
prestidigitation.
prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Turn it into honey.
Oh, yeah, that would make everything so much worse for you.
Oh.
Exactly.
Well, perhaps it'd be best that John here cleaned up then. So, if you don't mind.
Of course. And I will use prestidigitation to clean the blood off of things.
Send me to Jesus.
No, just clean blood off of things.
I processed
Emotional damage.
I processed what Aaron said simultaneously, both in the context of the situation and out of the context of the gaming session, and it was very funny either way.
What
Anyway.
did he say?
You said, and send me to Jesus.
Yeah. All right then, if we're all properly primed and ready to go, no need to delay any further. So, Devasari, since you seem to be relatively confident in as where the city is, I suggest you lead the way, unless you feel uncomfortable doing so. And then Jarin, I'm sure will take every pleasure in going.
We
first.
have a local.
Right. I just want you to go first, Jarin, so that you are first line of defense.
Yeah, I would not be a very good first line of defense.
We don't need a first line of defense. The local.
Well, certainly, but if we run into any strangers, and they recognize that we have a local, what's the first thing that's going to pop into their head? It could be one of many things, but my primary concern is that they see our local friend here as a prisoner. which would be very bad for us.
Why would they assume that he was a prisoner?
Well, first of all,
I don't
before
know. Maybe
complete
he's with a
strangers
group of humans.
who don't look like the locals, and I mean, we are dressed in particularly strange fashion related to what I've seen both from the older orc and from our friend here. And yes, it's a concern. I'm not saying that it would happen. It is just something to be wary of.
Seems quite strange.
So, Devossery, lead the way.
I will start leading the way.
Actually,
Listen,
you're off the hook,
wizard.
Jarman. That mac and cheese good?
Want to hear it?
Not really.
No.
Please don't. God, I hate you.
Can you all roll survival?
To survive that sound?
Simply
Yes.
so that that's what
I will be banning you from the server.
okay.
In fact, I'm kicking you from the channel.
Unnatural.
Did you say 20 unnatural?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, you guys are
okay,
fine.
man.
You managed to avoid any
Alright, never mind. I don't have
unnecessary
to roll.
dangers. And you reach you get out of the forest where, like, right at the edge of the forest is this large wooden wall. Basically, like palisades made of just trees.
Palisade made of trees?
No, like, that's what it looks like. Do you know what a palisade is?
I do. But, like, is it made of, like, trees that have been cut down?
Like, yeah,
Or is it
tree
made of, like, logs?
logs.
3 bits.
That's the word.
Okay. I was like, wow, this is very...
That's the word I
druidic
forgot.
for orcs, but
Oh,
yeah.
it's a palette.
that makes more sense in my mental image. Is there anybody stationed on the outside?
You don't
Is
see
there a gate? Is it open?
there is not a gate on this side.
So it's just like a palisade archway.
No.
So
it goes
is it
all
just a
along
wall
the
leading
tree
to-
line,
It's a wall. Gotcha. Okay.
which is what I said at the start.
Okay, I missed that. All right. Well, I suppose we'll pick a direction and travel along it until we
It's
find
on
the
the
goal.
and the orb points to the east, like it's on that side.
Okay. All right. Well, now that we've arrived at the outskirts of the city, my suggestion would be that. Sorry, what was your friend again? What was your name again?
My friend's dead.
No, no need to rehash what's been the past.
Herc.
Herc. Right. Anyway, here's my suggestion for Herc.
Named after
That would
the
be-
great Greek or Roman.
Fish.
Now that
Heracles.
Yes. Now that we've reached the outskirts of the city, my suggestion would be, since I am adept at articulating things, and our friend here is a local, I suggest that the two of us, from here on, lead the group. It would just make the most sense to me. If anybody has any
Yes,
answers,
you know the culture. Yes.
well, that's a good point, John. Some people are familiar with at least your family name here, so that might come up in conversation. Could be a ticket in, could be a ticket out, could be a reason to flee.
Yes,
What's
you're
something
right.
you
I should
have
just
to
keep.
know?
What did you say we were again?
Minstrels.
Minstrels.
Minstrel. Right, of course, sir.
Oh, see, I do love this. This is excellent.
Thank you.
Anyway, you do a very good job at portraying a minstrel, Jarvan. Suits you quite nicely. Yeah, so we'll go along the tree line, go along the wall until we
And
encounter a gate.
eventually you do reach the gate where there are a couple guards standing outside. These very tall orcs with large great axes are standing there.
Ah, hello. It's a
They
fine day,
turn
isn't it?
looking at you, noticing your group.
We were just seeking entrance to your fine city here, and we have our friend here. He's a tour guide for us.
They say something to Herc in Orcish, and
What do they say?
they say,
can understand.
"Who are
With
these?"
these
They're
bros.
like, "Who are these people, Herc?" And he goes,
Yes.
Uh.
And Philip just goes.
I'm just gonna raise an eyebrow at him.
"I'm their tour guide."
He got a roll for that.
I know.
That is not convincing.
They look back at you and look back at him.
I'll say to them in just kind of quick Orcish. He doesn't lie to you, honestly. He's just leading us through the area.
Yes. We're a
Is
band of
a fact.
minstrels, and
Yes,
Yeah,
we're minstrels.
we're on tour through various cities throughout the world, and your city happens to be our next destination. So, if you happen to fancy yourself a song, a performance, or even some written plays that you might be familiar with, please check in at the local tavern, which I'm sure you have, and you'll be treated to the finest performances that you've seen.
They blankly stare at you. And then look at Herc, who says everything that you just did.
Yes, I will relay to them the information, and by the bys, for my bluff check on that, thank goodness, is a 28.
Thank badness.
Well, that is good. And they just they step aside, letting you.
Excellent. Yeah, so we'll walk into the city.
And Herc is going to tell all of you, I would be very careful when it comes to snooping around, as Baron Wolf has eyes and ears everywhere.
Good idea. Also, I suggest that you change your appearance in any way you can, whether it be a change of clothes, even a little bit of makeup here and
Why?
there. Don't want anybody taking the chance of recognizing you, do you?
They already know who I am.
Well, the gods, perhaps, but if you don't want to be known, don't want to be seen, it would be what I'd recommend.
And look, I'd suggest taking off your mask. It is recognizable.
Oh, that's the whole point. I've always stated that with minstrels. I'm here to make an impression.
Yes, but the Sparrows knows who you are.
I'm already an outsider. Might as well make a strong enough impression. It might give us an alibi.
Knows who you are. What you look like.
Yeah, it's quite possible. However, if I do have...
Especially if it was at the castle.
Right. If I do have quite a notable form of fashion, and we were to do some reconnaissance, some stealthing around, then I would change into appropriate attire. And then I would not be so recognizable, as I would be far from my standard attire. As I said, the clothes that I wear I would wear a different mask. Something that covers my face, but additionally my whole head. In fact,
What's on
I'd
the
recommend that we all do the same, so that our faces are unrecognizable.
Did Baron Wolf see me? Because I remember I ran off to go get weapons and stuff before the orcs came in. I don't know if I came
Think
back if they were
so.
still there.
Not as far as you know.
Anyway, what are we? What's the scene here when we're greeted with the city?
It's all the buildings appear to be made of wood. They all look like cabins. Very similar to the previous cabin. And it seems to be a very bustling orc city. There are orcs everywhere, walking around the streets and talking to each other. And there are various signs that say different stores and stuff. It feels very familiar to you. Just everything's orc.
It's racist.
We know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do what I told the guards we would do. I'm gonna find the nearest tavern. Nah, actually not the nearest, the busiest.
That's the Stony Stoner.
God, let it go, guys. Let it go.
No, well, not.
I'm pissed
You
that it
eventually-
already exists in my world. It doesn't have to exist in others.
Yes, it does. Just like
you
Elizabeth.
eventually reach a tavern with the name Zuragaz.
The
That's
sleeping
much
giant.
better.
Sleeping
Yeah.
skeever.
Can I translate the meaning of that to common?
Rock.
It means big stick.
I do like that name. The
It's
big
named
stick.
It
the
means
big stick.
it means big stick.
Let's
Yes.
relate that to the
It was
party.
not. It wasn't going to mean that until I
It
said
wasn't gonna mean anything because it was a name. It was just a name.
We're going drinking
the big stick.
Found a stick on the ground, and now I'm gonna use all this power.
Totally
abuse it.
There was a big. I found a big log, then I moved the log over, and there was a tiny little stick. I thought,
Yeah.
that log
Anyway,
had
so what does the big stick look like?
It's made of stone.
No.
Yes. There's just a giant log in the middle of it.
It's the only building made with stone.
They built it
No.
around the log.
It's one of the biggest buildings in the town. It's
Wonder.
kind of shaped like an upside down. If you looked at it from the top, it'd be like an upside down T.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess we're gonna go ahead and head inside. What's the interior of this place?
Well, there's more sticks.
You enter inside, and one half of, because there's the long center row. One half of the smaller side of the T is where the bar is, where all that food is stored and alcohol and stuff like that. The other side is like a bar. In the middle, imagine like a karaoke bar.
Oh,
That's the best description.
there's a
That's what the
stage.
big middle
Is-
thing.
is
There
there a
is
stage?
there is a stage. No one's on the stage, but there's a stage with a bunch
Not
of tables.
yet.
For now. For now.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna look around for the tavern keep. Oh, hold up. What are the residents in here like? What's the general atmosphere?
They're what do you mean?
Like, What's the vibe?
What's the vibe?
Yeah.
What's the vibe for?
What's the vibe?
There's a
What's the
few tables with orcs sitting at them. They seem to be just having a good time.
Have there only been orcs? Is that all we've been seeing?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, what's the reaction when we walk in? You know,
You
four of
walk
us.
in, they're all they're all enjoying themselves, and they just
Then you
There's a-
show up. And ruin
you all walk in, and they just it slowly stops as they all just stare at you, at all of you.
as they should. We're beautiful.
Yes. All of a
Most certainly,
sudden,
Lonnie, of course.
yeah. Philip will
Who
spread his
wouldn't?
hands in a grand gesture. Hello,
I don't
ladies
need
and
that.
gentlemen.
Close your mouth. Close your mouth. Aaron.
I'm translating
Fine.
this.
My name is Martin, and I am a traveling minstrel, and these are my fellow minstrels. We are here to perform song and dance for you. For a short
regret
while, as we all
translating.
tour in
Yes,
every
of
city that will
course.
have us.
Yes.
So, without
I'm
further
not
ado,
translating
I would
that.
like to submit my
Translate.
patronage to your good innkeeper here, if you would approach me, and then, with their permission, I would tell you all a story.
They continue staring for a few more moments, and then go back to what they were doing.
Can't understand.
I think we're in.
They can't understand you.
Aaron,
That's
Devasser
why
was translating the
Devassery
whole
was
time.
translating.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Well, Jar was too distracted being a minstrel, so.
being a minstrel, yes.
Yes. well, anyway,
Yes!
where's
King
Town here?
Candy! It's time for tea!
Apparently, that's Jaren's minstrel voice.
It's time for tea!
The voice wasn't concerning. It was, what is King Candy?
It's from Wreck-It Ralph.
Do you not know what? Have you not seen Wreck-It Ralph?
Oh, well, not enough to make
It's the
references
bad
to it.
guy. It's also the exact same voice.
Fascinating. Anyway, yeah, Tavern Keep.
Oh.
I think it's a good time for you to stop, Aaron. So
No.
you walk over to the Tavern Keep. He's this tall, clean-shaven orc. He has a very large apron on with these big gloves. He's just watching you as you walk over.
I'll extend my hand out to him in a over-exaggerated gesture with a broad smile on my face. Ha! Good to meet you. I'm Martin the Minstrel.
He looks down at your hand. Looks up at you. Gestures to the wall of stuff, of drinks.
Oh, no, I'm not drinking, not yet. Not until I've gotten one performance down.
Are you translating
maybe
this,
we'll
Devassery?
Yes, I am translating this. Assume I am translating almost everything Philip says that isn't directly to the party.
Okay.
You translating it in a British accent.
Then get out.
Not a chance.
And this was said in common.
Oh, okay.
We can understand you then.
Yeah. All right. Oh, come on, at least one performance. I will pay for room and board, of course, and I'll flick my hand and a platinum coin will appear in between my fingers.
What's that?
One cover piece. Two cover piece. Why must this happen in every single game?
Every time there's bargaining, we have to
Something
make
like
that
this.
joke, Aaron. That's how it works.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
It is required.
So, like, you hold out a copper piece in your finger?
No, platinum.
The
Platinum
platinum
piece.
piece. And he's like,
Ooh,
what's that?
it's a copper piece.
It is, it's platinum.
Remember, they pay with bones.
And
You don't,
Right.
I'm
sorry, he's new here.
shut up.
You don't.
Okay.
Well, it's worth a lot where I come from.
That's cool. I'm glad. I'm glad for you that you have that.
Do we have any leftover bones? I know we got
We have
some,
quite a
but
few
do we have any
bones.
leftover?
We have an
Excellent.
We have
entire
all of the
bone
bones that that
sack.
one guy had.
Yeah. I will
I
reluctantly.
mean, you could have also
and-
taken his bones if you really wanted to.
We did take his bones.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was deboned. Yes, so I
he
will
was deboned.
reluctantly and dejectedly withdraw my platinum piece and half-heartedly
Defeated you.
gesture for whoever's holding it. Is it Devasri that has the bone sack?
I think it's Leilani.
Who's got the
Yeah,
bone
Leilani
sack?
maybe
has the bone
Leilani.
sack.
Yeah, and I'll gesture to Leilani
It's
for the
called.
bone
It's
sack.
Now,
sexy girl.
I
Girl,
remove the
sorry.
bag and open it, allowing you your choice of bone.
how big of a bone would you like to place down?
Let's do a femur.
Like one of the
What?
orc's femurs?
Yes.
Oh,
He set that down. He's like, he takes a
Big
couple
boy.
moments to examine it, takes
fix
it,
it a few times.
puts it in a box, in a chest.
Big chest.
How about it?
Big bag.
Alrighty then.
Wonderful.
Just allow us a few minutes to
Thank
get
you.
set up, and we'll have this place rioting in no time.
You said a story, yes.
A story fest, yes.
Story better be
Absolutely.
interesting.
Weave You will weave a
Dramatic.
tale with song.
You'd better be.
Don't
It better
know.
be interesting, or they might kill you.
No promises. I'm losing the voice, man.
All right.
Good.
Yeah. So first of all, Philip is going to pull a vacant chair from somewhere in the room and prop it up on the stage.
There's the stage.
There's a stage.
It's a
There is a
slightly raised platform of weed.
It's not a stage. It's just a slightly
Describe
raised platform.
Patrick described it as a
Just-
karaoke bar. So
Yes, that is exactly
they just
what
put
I
a
said.
no. They just dug a slightly deeper hole for everything else, but that part.
yeah, he'll pull a chair over. He'll spin off his jacket, his outer coat with a floral and place it on the back.
Oh, wonderful!
He will unbelt his sword from his waist, but lean it across the back of the chair as well. And then
Me too, Philip.
Leilani, would you give me a small table? No larger than 2 dinner plates.
I look to see
Sounds
if I
like
can.
a bedstand,
You find one.
stool.
There's an
I
orc. There
retrieve-
is an orc sitting at it.
I look to see if I can find an unoccupied one.
How small that table is?
Yeah, they're meant for one person.
All right. Yeah.
You find one
He will.
eventually,
Excellent.
because there's a lot of tables and chairs.
I retrieve
Yeah.
it.
Excellent. Yeah. Then Philip is going to go over to the bar. He's going to get himself a flag and a veil. Walk back over to the stage and prop it on the table.
You're going to do stand-up comedy.
Oh, sorry. Oh, he's sitting down.
I'm legitimately going to do my best to come up with a story on the fly. So
Please do.
We'll see how it
Please
goes.
make it up. Please.
I will then have you roll performance, or I will just base it
Is this
off of
going
your
to be-
actual
Is
performance.
this yes and?
Yeah. So I'm going to whisper to the rest of the party, especially to Herc, that it's going to be their job. It's going to be your job, as my minstrels and accomplices. This is whispered, by the way.
Mhm.
I'm going to need you to spread out through the crowd, and even though most of you aren't orcs, you're going to offer up audible reactions of sounds, oohs and ahs and gasps when the moment is appropriate. This way, it really helps to sell the story, and it has more of a communal impact, or it feels as if it does. So, you should know. It should be rather obvious. I'm going to do my best. But yes, that's your job in this first performance of mine.
I'm going to attempt to enlist Leilani's help to use specifically the cantrip Ghost Sound to emulate these sounds in a much wider area than we would originally be able to get.
That would be
Gasping
great,
noises.
but I don't have that prepared.
No, sadness.
Uh,
I don't either. Oh wait.
yeah,
Philip does.
so I will, however, nod to Philip about the gas and the odds and stuff. Lay my hand on his shoulder and say good luck, casting guidance and bit of luck.
Stick.
The bit of luck, the thing that Connor has not used this entire campaign.
Yep.
I have re-rolled one die,
Yes.
I think.
No.
And it was the first session. But yeah.
Completely disagree. You did not.
So yeah, without any further ado, Philip will grandly step back up to the stage and stand with hands on his hips and look out over the audience, and then, ladies and gentlemen. I was Devos going to say, or is Nate going to say something?
I would also petition that I would stay kind of by you to where I could translate to those orcs that don't know common.
Sure, we'll see. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
I mean, yes, that will work. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you'd all lend me your ear, as I promised, I do have a story to tell you all. And it's one of the greatest stories I have. It is of an orc, just as you. A young orc, no older than 15, by the name of Grok. Now, when Grok
He's 52.
when Grok grew up in a small village, not unlike this city of yours, it was a very proud village. Very, very prideful on their ability to wage war and destroy the rival tribes. Now, when Grok was 15, as I said, he was out in the woods one day, and he was hunting down a particularly large wolf. And in the woods, he found a small, fey-like creature, a small, impish fairy. And it beckoned him deeper into the woods, into a woods that had not been explored for some time, very dark, very gloomy, unknown. Now, it was against Brock's better judgment, but he had heard some rare story about the impish fairies, about those that followed them being led to treasure. And so, against his better judgment, he followed it. He followed it into the dark gloom of the forest, and soon enough he found that he could no longer see the light of day overhead, and the boughs of the tree covered out any daylight that would have made its way through. And Grok grew more and more uneasy with each passing step. But then, through the woods, ahead, where the impish fairy was leading him, he saw a lone beam of light shining on the stump of a tree with a very large axe embedded in it. Now the fairy led him to the axe, and, well, Grok was overcome by the compulsion to remove the axe from the tree, and so, with 2 hands, he laid his hands on the handle of the axe and hefted with all his might. Now, initially, the axe would not give anything. The axe seemed firmly stuck, almost impossibly so. But then, with a third tug, there was a little bit of give and a bit of creak from the stump. And with bolstered resolve, he tugged even more until eventually the axe was freed in a grand display. And as it did so, the lone beam of light that was shining down above suddenly widened. And then all of a sudden from above, the boughs of the tree bent back, and all of a sudden he realized that he was in a clearing, a very large clearing, about 30 feet in diameter. Then the impish fairy had laughed and it vanished. He tried looking for it. He tried looking for it, but try as he might, Grok could not find it again. He could not hear it. The impish fairy had left him alone. But, as he had hoped, it had led him to treasure. Now the axe itself was good. It was well decorated with bones, and its single wicked crescent blade was sharp, with no nicks in its blade. And he admired it. He admired what it could do and what he would use for it. He knew that in the coming conflicts against his village and others, it would see much blood. And so Grok returned to his village and was asked many questions about the axe, although he would not say where he got it. He would just say that he wanted it in fair combat, and ripped the ribcage of the man who possessed it before out of him in proper fashion. Now, seeing as he possessed such a great axe, he was no doubt the talk of the town for some time, and sure enough, when it did come to war with another village, Grok was one of the frontline fighters, and wield that axe he did. It was ferocious. He was a sight. He could not be cut down, and he cut down enemies himself. Not a single attack was laid on him that struck true. No, not one. Not a drop of his blood spilled. Oh, but he bathed in the blood that he spilled. Indeed, with each enemy he felled, he uttered a bellowing war cry, and he seemed to grow stronger with each enemy struck down. Until finally, there were none left. Grok had almost single-handedly wiped them all out. A force of nearly 50 other orcs. And they all lay dead around him in a circle. Seeing this, his village echoed his war cry. And soon it was that his name was rang and sang throughout every tavern, every city that there was. And for centuries, he went down in history as one of the greatest orcs who have ever lived. And that is a story.
Someone in the audience goes, I've never heard of him.
It didn't come through, but I did clap at the end of that. My noise suppression got rid of it, but
Do you want me to roll perform you, Patrick?
I'm impressed that you actually had that entire
I
thing.
wish I could clip that, but I
I
can't.
did not have that.
Too long. It's muted.
The only thing that I could think of prior to telling you that story is that it was going to be about an orc who found an axe.
You
I think it's
don't need to roll performance for that. But so
Why not?
you did seem to catch you got the attention of most of the orcs that were by the stage. They were getting invested, and at the end they quite enjoyed your story. But one of them does go says something, or Devastor translates. They go, "How come I have never heard of this Grok?"
Oh my gosh.
Well, primarily
It's a
because
story.
he isn't real. It was a fictitious story of a great figure. But unfortunately, our great hero, Grok, was no more as real as I wish some of my dreams were.
Oh, it sucks.
Leilani will come to the front and suggest to Philip that we do a song following it up, replacing the name of a hero from a song we would have heard growing up. Something like Beowulf or something, but replace the name of the
We should
hero.
actually try to sing it.
I disagree.
Because Connor one time spent like 30 minutes thinking of a rap.
Everyone
minutes,
besides Nate
but,
knew
yeah.
that.
He doesn't. No.
But yeah,
Oh, that is an excellent idea.
There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red.
Unfortunately, I don't have any of my instruments with me.
I don't know if is that copyrighted? It's probably copyrighted. I'll stop talking.
Darn music is not.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yeah. The only thing is we don't have any instruments. We could do it entirely a cappella if we really wanted to.
I'm not particularly amazing at singing. I would be willing to give it a try.
Actually, I have an idea. Leilani, go ask the tavern keep if there's an empty barrel lying around somewhere.
She will do so.
There once was
You
a
do get
hero
an empty
named
barrel.
Ragnar the Red. Came back into a fight.
Bring it to the stage, bring it to the stage.
Instead.
I will
Yeah.
do my best to maneuver said barrel to the stage.
Singing Ragnar the Red. Let me dream, Harold.
You have maneuvered.
Excellent. And so, to any of the audience that is listening, Philip will again. Ladies and gentlemen, while it may not be true Grok is not real, I tell you certainly that songs about him are. So without further ado, as my second performance is the performance of my other minstrels, we will be singing you one of his most legendary songs.
Grok the Red.
And,
Grok.
you
I
know,
will renew guidance.
yeah, it's a bit of a stereotype about orc culture, but Philip is assuming that they appreciate more percussion-based music to begin with. So he's going to start off on a steady beat on the barrel and use it to accent certain parts of the song. Yeah, but that'll be...
As Jaren will once again sing the most beautifully. I'm kidding.
That will be the instrumental part of the song, using the barrel as a drum.
And now you can all roll performance. As Devasari must translate.
Guidance gives me a +1, right?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. That's nice. 27.
23.
23.
I rolled well.
Jaren?
10.
And to be expected.
Okay, 10's average. That's fine.
Where that Patrick the Jaren was the one who rolled the highest last time?
Yes, that means he got lucky.
Ironic.
Yes.
He could not save himself from death.
Ironic.
So yeah, you sing a very lovely ballad about Grok.
Gorks.
And the orcs do enjoy said song.
Nice. One of you sings a little flat.
One of you is a little off.
I'm sorry.
No, orcs were such oral critiquers.
I can just tell.
No, that was the bartender.
Oh, that's fine.
Is there also an orc?
Yeah. And so after the song is finished, with Philip finishing with a very flourishing bump up on the barrel,
Very
he
flourishing
will
blow into the mic.
he will I pull a sweaty head up and look out at the crowd, the audience, and then he'll bow very grandly, very dramatically. Oh, well, that's one of my finest performances in a while. You all are very lucky.
Leilani will then go throughout the
Don't call
crowd,
us lucky. We don't know what it means.
holding out a small bag in case anyone wishes to show their appreciation.
Bones.
Bones.
Yeah, a couple of them put some small bones in the bag.
Say knuckle bones.
Oh no.
Ooh, teeth. That is possibly the worst denomination of currency of bones.
Well, these are the strongest bones.
No,
Yes, they are.
I don't think they're stronger than a femur.
Maybe they're the densest.
They
Like,
are,
to
I'm pretty
size.
sure they're the densest bones in the body.
What would you like to do now?
Yeah,
You have sung a song.
Celebrate with booze.
Yeah. So we got some bones.
That we did.
Yeah. So
Is that the
I think we're
plan?
gonna go on with just yeah. We're going to get some we're gonna go to our rooms now. Paid for with a femur bone, I assume. So yeah, I'm gonna go talk to the tavern keep. So in light of our performance and based on the earnings we made, I think it's more than fair that we have 2 rooms.
We are going to get something to drink, are we not?
Feel free.
I definitely need some.
Why would the quality of your performance change anything?
Well, to be quite candid on how this works, the better we perform, the more notoriety your inn gets, the more people want to come to see our performances, the more business you get. Think of our getting 2 rooms, a small cut of the money that you will undoubtedly make from our performances, based on the business that you'll get.
I suppose that makes sense.
Good. Thank you. And yes, some drinks for my friends. And Philip will pull some knuckle bones out of the bone sack and slap them on the bar.
Yeah.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm new to this bone currency, so I don't know what's worth what, but I assume that will cover it.
Depends on what they want to drink.
Well, that's up to
Here,
them.
the bigger the bone, the more worth it has. Except for a specific thing. Certain teeth of animals change, or tusks of animals are worth more than just regular bones. Horns are worth more.
I see. Good to know. All right, then, friends, minstrels. Have yourself a drink.
Yeah. What do you want to drink?
Yes. Kirk looks like a minstrel.
He was not talking to Herc.
I would take a bit of mead, please.
Perfect.
Mm.
And he gets some mead for you. Anyone else?
Do you have wine?
I don't know what that is.
Never mind. It's like finished grapes.
Grape juice.
Yes, with fermented grape juice. Never mind, I'll take an ale.
Okay. He gets that for you. Anyone else?
You were all good. Now, we'll be back for a lunch performance, of course. But yeah, we'd like to get situated in our rooms.
What did you say?
We'll be back for a performance at lunch, of course, but we'd like to get situated in our rooms before doing anything else. And Philip will turn and address the audience in much the same manner, letting them know that we're doing a performance at lunch. Go tell your friends. We'll be here.
Very well. Just head up the stairs. You can have the rooms at the end of the hall.
Thank you. Yeah, so Philip will shoulder his stuff under his arm. That you can call that shouldering. Anyway.
I want Philip to pull
You
too.
What's that, Aaron?
I want Philip to pull it. You too.
Oh, no, he's not that stupid.
Take luck.
Well.
Leilani might if you give her an opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, so yeah, we got 2 rooms. Again, we're gonna split it. I assume Philip, Leilani, Devasari, Jaran.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
Then there's Herc.
Herc gets to be with Jaran and Devasari.
Unless that is explicitly said, Leilani will usher him into our room.
Philip, before allowing that, will usher Herc in with Jaran and Devasari.
Jaran's like, absolutely not.
He will shove Herc in after you and shut the door.
We'll open the
Leilani
door
will
and
wax
push
the
him out.
And then shove Leilani into ours and lock our door.
No, as you shove him in, Leilani whacks your arm. John shoves him back out. Leilani gives Philip a stern look.
What?
He is our friend. We're protecting him.
And he can be protected with Jaran and Devasari. I agree.
No one feels protected with Jaran. He's coming into our room.
I don't even feel protected with me. Oh,
That's concerning.
shut up! I close the door and lock it.
You cannot be rude to a guest. You are taught better than this.
Yes is very generous, Leilani.
We offered him protection.
If anything, we're the guests here. He's familiar with the landscape, the layout. We're not.
She will give you a look that says that she buys none of your bullshit.
I'm not wrong, Leilani. You just don't want to see it.
He will look apologetically at Herc.
Herc, I'm right here, guys.
He just gives a sad thumbs up.
It's... if we were in different times, I believe that Philip would be much more welcoming. It is in recent past that we have been kidnapped, attempted to be kidnapped twice, and sent on wild goose chases near half around the world. So you must forgive him for being a little untrusting.
I get it.
Untrusting isn't the issue, and I will turn pointedly so that my left side is away from Herc and look at Leilani. It's that I appreciate my privacy. I will say, tapping the left side of my mask.
I can
Well,
find another room. It's fine.
No. If you're to stay with us, it'd be best if you stayed in either of the two rooms. And since Jaron is insistent on not letting you be in his, you'll be in ours.
Leilani will shake her head, just like, I cannot believe this.
Right, well, I suggest we get situated then, as I said we would do.
Is there anything I can get the two of you?
Who are you talking to?
The two people in my room.
Just wanted to
Oh.
make
No, she's
sure.
talking to Dove.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. In fact, I'll go. I'm just gonna go down, be in the bar for a little bit.
All right.
Perfectly fine.
And he.
Yes, as soon as he walks out, Philip will just deadpan stare at Leilani. I do appreciate your compassionate side, Leilani. But there are times where it does impede on certain things that I wish it wouldn't.
Leilani will really, more than anything else, realize that she has somewhat overstepped and take up a somewhat more it's not the word I want to use, but it's the only word that comes to mind, so I will choose to not use any word. Apologetic.
Sure, yeah.
I'm sorry that I scolded you. That was wrong of me. And I know that it's very important for you to have your privacy with your room, but how can we expect him to trust us if we are treating him with such disdain?
Leilani, this is by no means a disdainful attitude that we have towards him. It's
Neither one of you could even tolerate him staying in the same room with you.
It's not that I can't tolerate him. It's just that there are present circumstances that make it a little more difficult for him to be in an area of my privacy.
I know that, Philip, and
if my physical features were a little more normal, I wouldn't have any issue with it. But you know how I feel about my scar, and you know how I feel about presenting my face to anyone outside of who I'm comfortable with.
I know, and I'm sorry, but
there's nothing
you
wrong
have
with
to
the
not
boy.
understand what it looks like to him.
Yes, certainly there is his perspective, which I may not have taken into consideration at the time, but it would still be my preference if he were in the room with the other two.
That's understandable. I just worry what Jaron would say to him.
I think, yes, that's a very appropriate worry. Not that I can claim to know her very well. I think Devasri would give what comfort to the boy that she could.
They don't exactly have a very a vocal relationship, I'm not sure she would be in a position to make his situation any better.
Yes, perhaps you're right.
That
Well,
being said,
certainly.
I admit I was wrong and I did make a mistake.
It's fine.
I will do my best to not allow it to happen.
No. There's no fault. We both just have limited perspectives. But I suppose, since there'd be no more time that's after the now, because now might be the only time I get. While he's gone, he'll remove his mask.
And Leilani would notice that it has shrunk more than. It has shrunk a little bit more.
Oh, right, that's the thing that's happening.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about
Leilani
that.
will smile as he removes the mask and give her head a gentle shake.
Yes.
You know, if it was anyone else, I know how uncomfortable you are, but it still seems remarkable that you feel so overwhelmed by while still having such great features.
Was that a backhanded compliment?
Oh.
No, more just a lack of understanding how someone so handsome could think so poorly of their own look.
Does this look like peak
Does this look
handsomeness
handsome
to you,
to you?
Leilani?
Philip, you are possibly one of the most handsome men I've ever met.
I appreciate the sentiment, Leilani, but I suppose it goes deeper than just physical scarring.
I
It's,
understand that.
it's a reminder of my mother.
Leilani will not.
And that's not something that I want to show to the world.
Nor should you. That's a very personal thing. I don't blame you for that.
Well, anyway, that dreaded mask is irregularly uncomfortable.
So, what is our plan now that we're here?
That is an excellent question. And I suggest we take perhaps 15 minutes or so as the other two get situated in that room, and then I'll call them in here. Somebody should probably go get Kirk as well. And we can discuss further.
I will go make sure that he's doing well, and I'll bring him back after some time has elapsed if there's nothing else I can do for you.
I don't think so. Thank you.
She'll give a very slight bow. And yeah, go ahead and exit the room. Careful to open the door, not a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's gonna head downstairs.
Would anyone else like to do anything?
Yeah, what's going on in Jarn and Devasari's room?
Yes.
What emotional trauma are they processing?
I'm gonna take this
Well,
moment to use the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay.
I was going to use. Dang it. So, right after closing the door, pushing Eric out, closing the door, and locking it, John just, Just head on the door. Finally. Takes off his cloak and lays down on. What's the bed made of?
Animal skin.
Alright. Lays down
Tasty.
on the bed.
What would you have done if you'd actually been able to stay in our room?
Not sleep comfortably. That was close.
This entire situation is close.
Prince is probably dead. You know that.
Probably, but that doesn't.
Is there like a rack to hang stuff on?
Yeah.
I hand my pretty much I look towards the Valkyrie. Hang it up.
I'll go and hang up his cloak.
What time is
Like 11 o'clock.
Okay. I'd actually be able to get some rest in.
I would not suggest sleeping.
I didn't say sleep.
Enjoy your solitude. I suppose I'll watch over the area.
But that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that Philip would like to do in his room?
Philip is just he's just checking out like the quality of this room and you know, how fluffed are the pillows, how comfy are the beds, how sturdy is the chair, if there's a chair, table, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And just, you know, situating your stuff on designated areas.
And you would notice that the heart is glowing a little bit brighter. And it is still whispering, a little bit louder.
I don't recognize whispering, right?
It's the same whispering that you've heard in Scarface.
Did I recognize that?
It says, and I've said it before, but I will read it because it's been a minute. It says, locked in the stronghold, hidden in a cage, I am the key.
Oh, that's right.
And it's just quietly, it's barely noticeable. You'd have to be really focusing to notice. But but you would notice it's a little bit brighter.
Just stuff it away. Make sure I
Mm-hmm.
always paying attention to it best I can anyway. Yeah, and until Leilani gets back, he will lay on his bed.
And Leilani, you went down to go check up on Herc?
Yep.
Yeah. And you go in there, you find him sitting at the bar.
Yeah. I'll join him.
He just smiles at weakly when you sit down.
If the bartender comes over, one of the sub bartenders, not exactly sure what they're called.
One of the lesser bartenders.
Yes, bartender and bartender brawl.
When he bites them, they become bartenders.
And
So,
they become full bartenders.
he will ask for an ale and attempt to pay with a few knuckle bones.
Yeah,
Or
that'll work.
Yeah, and then she will say to the orc, not your best day, is it?
No, it isn't.
I believe we got off on somewhat of an odd footing. Your name is Herc.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you like?
What do I like?
Yes.
About what?
In general.
I like walking through the woods.
Yes, I quite like the woods as well. I grew up in a remote location with tons of greenery around. Makes the outdoors seem more inviting, I think.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Do you have any hobbies?
I carve things sometimes.
Oh, that's exciting.
Not really.
I tried carving once, but I found I was quite rubbish at it.
It's not easy.
I don't have the patience, I think.
Yeah. You need patience.
Do you have anything on you that you've carved?
No. They're back at my house.
Well, if we get the chance, we should stop by so you could show me.
Maybe.
Does he have a drink?
Yes.
Okay. If he didn't, I was going to purchase him one.
No, he had a drink. I can get in different rooms if he doesn't want me to sleep in there.
Leilani will hesitate for a second and then say, that would make him quite happy. You see, he's very particular about underneath his mask. It's very important to him that he keeps it on when he's around people he doesn't, well, really anyone, but me and his father, I believe. And so certainly I You don't want to come across as though it's you that he is upset by or anything.
Oh, it's fine. I can find somewhere else to sleep. Though I don't know how long you plan on being in town.
We are going to discuss it here in, well, probably about 5 minutes if you want to be there for the discussion. We were going to discuss exactly what the plan was.
Yeah. Would I need to be a part of that?
Well, I don't think that you would be required to be a part of the plan itself, but you are invited if you are curious as to what we're doing, seeing as you are going to be with us for a while.
It makes sense.
You're welcome to make suggestions as well if you find anything, well, you think something would be good or particularly unpleasant for you. I'm sure that if it's possible, we wouldn't want to make things any worse on you.
I don't think you can make it any worse.
I suppose not.
So you said you were meeting in like 5 minutes?
Yes,
I suppose I could be there if I really need to be.
you don't have to be, but if you'd like to, you're welcome.
Upstairs?
Yes, I believe we're going to meet in John and Devasri's room.
Okay. I'll be there. Just need a few moments.
I'll nod. Yeah, she kind of nods at that, finishes off her drink, and then heads back upstairs.
Yeah.
So it's up to you guys.
Yeah. She re-enters the room with Philip to wait the next few minutes. And just kind of waits for Philip's cue to begin how to head over.
Yeah. And after a minute or two, he'll give out a long sigh. And slip his mask back on. All right, then. Did you go get the other two? And Peck as well.
Yeah. She will head out of the hallway and knock on Devasri and Jaren's door.
The immediate answer is just
What?
wait a
What?
What?
Jarn is demanding what?
Oh,
Yes, I did say that.
I didn't hear that. We were wanting to discuss our evening plans.
Did you catch that, Aaron?
One more time. Sorry.
We
No.
should
Let me
discuss.
rephrase that. What was that?
We wish to discuss our evening plans.
Very well. I'll stand up, put on my cloak, and unlock the door and walk out.
Yeah.
I should walk out behind him.
By that point, Herc will be walking up the stairs.
We wish to head into a room so we can set as we discuss.
All right. So,
As do you head into the room with Philip's room?
We could. Yeah, we're currently standing in the doorway of Darren's room. But
the answer is by default, yes.
Yes.
all right.
So, as Leilani no doubt told you, we need to discuss what our next. The next thing we're going to do is. Now, I suggest that we do remain faithful to the promise I made and do offer up another performance for lunch. They're expecting it.
Must we really?
We must, if we want to keep up this facade.
Fine.
Anyway, after that, I'd say we have until about evening, probably around sunset for this time of year until, dinner, evening supper, whatever you want to call it, which will give another performance. But anyway, in the intervening time between lunch and dinner time, I suppose, that should be the time that we take to do what form of investigating we can. Now, Jaron,
How
as
do
you
we
brought
want
up
to go
earlier,
about doing that?
right, as Jaron suggested earlier, obviously, the four of us, especially myself, are incredibly recognizable. We will stand out in a crowd. So
Turk there?
Yes.
Alright. Do you know the Zexus?
I have heard of them. I know they are very dangerous.
How?
How?
Yes.
Orcs talk about them, or some orcs. Some of Baron Wolf's gang. I don't know if he does specifically, but
you know where to find these orcs.
yes, they would be at Baron Wolf's stronghold.
Right. Alright then. Thank you.
So we're presented with still the same issue. We need to figure out either a way to blend in or simply to become unrecognizable.
Have a way to do
Now,
that.
How do
Me
you?
at least. Yes, it only works for me.
Well, that's great for you, Jaron. I'm sure you'll be able to accomplish plenty on your own.
I don't suppose it could also turn out to work with me as well.
Oh, no. It only works for me. It's a family thing.
Surely, as your servant, she would be given some credence.
It is only for Zexus.
Fascinating. So that's an avenue where we can explore some other time. Now,
We don't have time to unpack all of that.
No, we don't have time to unpack all of that.
I've
My
already
suggestion
said that.
for our performance after lunch is, I think somebody should go get some local clothes, dark, preferably hooded, maybe some cloaks as well. Additionally, now I've never been particularly great with any stringed instruments, so for the time that I did practice, which was, albeit briefly, very odd phase, my 13th year, I am good with a flute. So I would also send somebody out to see if they can purchase any sort of instruments in the city. This will help us keep up some original performances, really sell the image of our minstrelness, and really just allow us to continue to do this. So, one person to get clothes, the other person to get instruments. Kirk, it's probably going to be best if how many orcs do you think have already recognized you, if any?
At least, maybe 5.
Right. And do you think they'll talk about you? Mention that you've been seen?
Maybe. It depends. They'll definitely be talking about how I was seen with some humans.
Right. I don't know what to do with you. I don't know if it's better for you to just remain relatively hidden or for you to disguise yourself in some manner.
It would be fine if he just walked out as he is. After all, having a couple of minstrels meet someone who roams the forest and has him show them about and help him with the social area here wouldn't be too amiss.
It wouldn't be under normal circumstances. However, since he used to work on Beowulf, how he was seen with humans, and that Beowulf realizes that Herkia hasn't reported to him, it will undoubtedly present some kind of inevitable conflict where Beowulf sends out his subordinates to look for Herc. That is what I'm concerned about.
Then why not keep one of us with Herc?
What would that change?
Well, simply because it would be slightly easier for one of us to convince him to run away and keep up a little facade for him, but to protect him slightly more.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to say that
Besides,
again. I totally missed it.
it would be helpful. It would be helpful to have one of us go around with him to help him run away easier, and to keep up his facade a little bit better if it did actually have to run into anybody.
I see.
Well, also not to mention that I would particularly be partial to going shopping with Herc.
Shopping.
Well, yes, to get clothes or something.
Right.
So, how about this? Leilani, you go look for some instruments, see if you can find them. This is, of course, after our performance, but go look for some instruments, see if you can purchase preferably food, though I'd take just about anything if they don't have any woodwind instruments. Herc and Devassery can go purchase some clothes, and do whatever you can, as subtly as you can, to glean whatever information about Beowulf and his fortress. Any information would be helpful. As far as Joran and well, Joran, I suppose you could look into that that thing you were referencing earlier regarding your special family connections. And, well, I suppose I will just have to keep them entertained here while you are all out doing such things.
All right, that sounds good to me. Does it sound good to the rest of you?
I'm zoned out. What?
Jaron, you get to go do whatever thing you wanted to do regarding your family after a performance at lunch.
Is he frozen?
Cool.
It looks like it to me. What about you, Devossery and Hook?
I'm
Does this
I'm
plan sound
good.
good to you?
I'm good with it. 1 second, I have to
don't
go
have any
check up on Aries.
Sounds good.
His stuff could died. Pie.
I'm so happy Jacob has finally realized the issue with this beacon.
That.
Yes, that
Did
is
you do
quite
it?
good.
What?
No.
What did you say, Connor?
Not you.
Okay. Yeah.
Last thing I
Philip
heard
basically
was
told
Jaron.
Yeah.
What?
So Philip said to Jaron that essentially after the performance at lunch, Jaron can go pursue that avenue regarding his family.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's not quite lunchtime yet by my standards. So I think we'd be well within yeah, liberty, whatever you want to call it. It'd be fine for us to rest, relax a little bit more for feeling up to it, feeling down to it. I don't know. I think I will go ahead and make my way downstairs and let you all know when business does seem to be picking up for lunch.
Alright, sounds good.
Yeah, so Philip will make his way downstairs and exchange some chummy smiles with orcs who happen to look in his direction. He'll pay for a couple of drinks, and as he delivers them, slap the people on the back, give a hearty laugh, and yeah, just overall be as social as he can until business seems to pick up.
Leilani will go with him and aid him in his efforts with the orcs.
And it seems to work. What is your plan for the noon show?
That is truly excellent. And the answer, which I thought of 7 weeks ago, by 7 weeks ago, I mean now, is we are going to do a 4-person play.
Lovely.
A bold decision.
Yep.
Wonderful.
It's going to be. You know what? It's gonna be the story of us, but over exaggerated with different character names, and different place names.
You realize the orcs are the bad guys in this story, right?
We'll change. We'll change.
No, tell the story of you at Scarfate. So it'll be a little different.
If you exclude the first part.
Yeah.
Start in the middle of the story.
Yes, that would do better.
Start in the middle of the story, introduce it as the beginning, and make sure we seem more as a more groupie than we actually are.
Groupie, yeah.
Do we sell on Groupon?
Yeah, so we'll focus. So we'll cut out the Umbave encounter, wholehearted Kamlisle situation. That's relatively unimportant. We'll just focus on what's his face, Baron, right? Was he a Baron?
Is Chiron.
Duke.
He was a
Oh,
lord.
yeah. Lord. Yeah, sure.
Big man.
We'll give him some royal title. And yeah, we'll focus on him, our involvement with his story, about the people wanting to purge him, the involvement of his succubus wife, lover, whatever that she was to him. And instead, we're gonna massively change up the ending here. Instead of a diplomatic agreement being reached, we're gonna change it to where the succubus, who is going to be changed to an orc woman, the succubus is going to be
That makes the succubus, the orc woman, the villain of the story.
no.
Yeah, you again put the orc as the
No.
Yeah, that's what that means.
We're shifting the lens of perspective here a bit.
So you're
So-
not telling the right story, the same story.
We're telling an adaptation.
No, that's no.
This is exactly what an
You're
adaptation
changing
is.
one of the biggest, most important
Sure, yeah,
focal points of the story. It is not an adaptation anymore.
It's more of a twisted fairy tale, but continue.
Okay, whatever.
It's like saying Frozen is an adaptation of the Snow Queen. It's not. It's not.
That is
No. It is.
Anyway, this is fun nuance and all, but can we continue with the plan?
No. We must
So,
discuss this for
anyway.
the next 10 minutes.
I don't know if you know what an adaptation is.
We can discuss this after the session. Anyway,
I'm down
Yes.
for that.
so the succubus going to be changed to an orc woman. Chiron is going to be. Let's just go half. Let's just go half orc, I guess. But anyway, so the lens of the story changes to where the holy people are much more evil and oppressive, and they're wanting to, like, without any second thought, purge Chiron from his lands. But instead of it ending
Look at
diplomatically coming to agreement, really did. We are going to change it to where the succubus, the orc woman, is set free and totally destroys the quote holy people.
This is
and
literally like a movie based on a true story.
and
No,
the
I
two of
like
them,
this angle. I like it.
and
It
and
is.
the
I do
two of
too.
them
But that's what it is.
live happily ever after in their undead paradise, watering trees with the blood of the holy people.
Undead
Sure.
or Orcish paradise.
Yeah,
I would like you to roll performance.
Okay,
okay.
everybody is
Everybody.
hating him, right?
I am not.
Yeah.
am not being a part of this.
You have to be.
This
Or the story doesn't make
isn't
any
a one-man
sense.
play. This is a 4-person play.
Genius Herc.
Aaron,
No. It's the core
No.
party that's playing these roles.
everybody
Philip?
roll performance.
Philip will be himself, Chiron, and
Philip, do you still have a
Devasri.
bit of luck, or did you use that?
Devasri has to play Karen as well.
No, it's not. No,
Yes.
that's too confusing.
Yes.
That's like, oh gosh, that's like too avant-garde.
Excuse me,
Um,
Karen's a very important part of the story.
I agree.
Anyway,
that's why
I
Philip-
disagree.
Oh,
So Jared is playing him.
But yeah, does
so
Philip
Philip,
still have a bit of luck?
he
He's
has
playing
not rolled
Chiron.
technically.
Vossry's playing Karen.
No. Oh, Karen. Right. God, I forgot about Karen.
That's why I said
Um,
Karen was a very important part of
It's
this.
not.
Okay. That makes so much more sense.
Disappointed.
Yes, Devasri can
I'm
play herself.
disappointed in you.
and Karen. Jarn can play himself and the evil cleric man.
Yeah, of course I am.
And Leilani can play herself and the orc woman.
Okay, if we want to do this as everybody's aiding Philip in his little play thing, all we have to do is beat a DC 10 on the perform check, and Philip gets a +2 to his check for each one of us who does that.
Do so.
Interesting.
I got a 15.
That's
I
plus
also,
2.
I had an 18.
+4.
23.
Plus
Plus
6.
6.
And your
Alright.
and whatever, if you have any perform and all that, and charisma and stuff like that.
Okay. 16 plus 28 total.
Pretty good play.
Pretty good adaptation, huh? All right, Connor, write this down. We're actually gonna make this a thing.
Or not.
Make it a real play.
Connor, I disagree.
Writes it out, sends it to Patrick.
Yes.
It's
Hey, get
it's
started.
violence and bloodshed is over exaggerated just to, I know it's a stereotype, but appeal to the audience here.
Yeah.
It's what Philip knows.
Mm-hmm.
Leilani takes pleasure in murdering Jaren, and I believe
Jaren does not take pleasure in being murdered.
Yeah, but there are a lot more claps than last time.
good.
It's very
Yeah.
impressive.
He rolled a freaking 28.
All right.
Nate, this is your job. You need to write this out and then send it to me.
I
All right,
scream,
all right.
but it might happen.
I wouldn't be.
Choose the
I honestly wouldn't be surprised
I really
if,
want it to now.
if me and Nate made this into an actual production.
Yeah.
Probably don't actually
Alright.
put it into play anywhere, but
No.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah. Anyway,
She'll write it.
what are our earnings this time?
You
Even
get
more
some
tiny
bigger
bones.
bones. You get about
Yay.
you get about
Love me some
6.
Bones.
6.
You know, soon enough we'll be able to craft
6
the
forearms.
got
bone
six-
house.
6 whole femurs.
Bone house.
I can use
Bone house. Yes, make a bone house.
Can you imagine
Use the
what
bone
it
that-
should-
You know what that
Can you
Connor,
imagine?
Connor,
Bone house.
are you aware what that sounds like out of context?
Yes.
That's why he
I've
says
always
it.
been aware of what that sounds like out of context.
But
What
we
makes it
shall make it
so
nonetheless.
It makes it so funny.
Yeah.
My God.
Anyway.
Can you imagine just like how much of a statement piece like a house made of bones in this city would be?
It really was.
God.
It would be like a big
It
FU,
would be gone within the
No.
hour.
It'd be like a house made of gold.
effectively.
Yeah, it would be gone within the hour. Honestly.
Gold is a
Wouldn't
lot
last
harder
very
to
long.
get than bones.
Yeah,
True.
but bones are not. Exactly.
All right.
I'm going to use
So-
this time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we'll conclude our play. Gives bows all around and aha, thank you. Yes, yes. Very good. Yep. Great.
That's the third one.
Quality.
Qualitas.
So afterwards, Leilani will say, "All right, if we're ready to go get a flute now."
All right, sounds good. And you and Devossery, Huck and
We have
Devossery, are you?
spots to buy. Oh,
After you
what bones do we get?
Like forearm bones. Or
Mm.
bones about that size.
Those are some
Okay,
good
just-
bones.
Good bag of bones.
It's so intriguing to me that most of the people here probably have similar stacks of bones to us that they just have these big bones filled with. You're like, oh yeah, that was a great performance. Anyway, here's a femur.
Here's a femur.
So Leilani is going to go and purchase a flute if she can find one.
Yep.
You'd be able to find one.
Philip will find himself a guitar, get up on the stage. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Your dad's gonna be there, gonna throw it back to you.
I'm so glad. I'm actually really glad Aaron missed that.
Me too.
Watch him go back and watch the VOD.
He won't.
Yeah, I still don't feel good, but apparently I was.
Yeah.
So for my little buying adventure thing, I'm going to work on 4 things.
You and her,
including yes, me and Herc. I'm going to use Herc as a slight token to get people to trust me a little bit more readily than they would trust me if I was going out on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm going to first off try to understand.
Also, your goals are also to get some information about Baron Wolf if possible.
Yeah,
not just go on shopping spree.
I'm going to be trying to understand like what the conversion rate of bone to gold is.
There is not a proper measurement as they do not use gold.
Yeah.
Essentially what you do is you find out the buying power. You know the buying power of gold, so you try to find out the buying power of bones, and you compare the two.
I think there would be difference because there's more sizes of bones than there is coin.
Yeah, but after a while,
your company is probably not anywhere close to what it is in the original city.
Yeah, but you could find out a similar, just kind of like an idea of it.
Yeah,
that kind of conversion only works if there's trade between the nations.
Yeah,
anyway,
figure out a rough estimate. Like
not exact, for instance, just a rough estimate.
If you knew that a silver piece bought, a flagon of ale, and so many bones of this size bought a flagon of ale, you have and you did that with other items as well. You would have a rough idea of what something might be worth.
Yeah. So I'm going around doing that. I'm going to try to find out stuff about culture. That leads into pre-discussion of stuff about like Baron Wolf and stuff, but really only broaching Baron Wolf stuff is just a very mild thing and more of a side note than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm doing that. And then there's buying clothes. And the last part is I'm going to be just kind of spreading seeds as to why humans are here. Because obviously they're going to know that humans are in the area. And like humans have gotten into the city. So I'm just going to be like, I'm going to be, first off, doing the we're travelers thing.
Yeah.
Travelers searching through many cities. And just kind of like slowly seed a mild rumor that we're seeking powerful magical healing and seeking a bit more knowledge of that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Just like something that might be able to help us heal.
Why not just stick with the same story that we already have?
Because we're just travelers and we're just doing that.
You're minstrels.
Feel like if you put a bit more. Yes, traveling minstrels.
We're performing.
I have a feeling that some people are just like, yes, you went to the Orcs, a notoriously deadly and not good place to be because you wanted to perform.
So we're dumb minstrels.
So you're dumb.
We'll keep the dumb minstrel story, but it would be. It just bothers me how little depth it has. I suppose it's effective. It's just bothers me.
There are more issues with the healing one against the healing. You say, why do the orcs have a healing?
It's simply It would be simply thinking of just like there might be a different way of things here that we don't know in other places because there isn't trade between the two places.
Anyway,
Can you roll?
Yeah.
It's knowledge local to find out information, right?
Nope, diplomacy.
Yeah.
Diplomacy.
Interesting.
Okay. So roll diplomacy to get some information about like culture, and you'd also get some information about like the orcs' thoughts on humans.
Okay, that's 28.
Okay. Oddly enough, you get the idea that the orcs see the humans as more violent than they are.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting. Yeah, it tracks.
I also see humans as more violent than everything else.
I don't know.
I mean-
You've never seen me.
Demons are sometimes an exception.
I'm way more violent than humans. And you don't know what I am.
I suppose the same thing applies to. I believe those are exceptions, not the rule.
Eh. You never.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like on average, a wild lion will just randomly kill another animal, while a human will
I
not just
think that-
randomly kill another human.
Have you heard of
You
serial
obviously
killers?
haven't seen very many murder hobos.
On average.
No.
I can't disagree with you here, man.
I feel like it's a very similar percentage, if not humans are more violent, because I haven't heard very many lion wars.
See, here's
I
my
have.
logic.
I
On
mean,
average, if a
emus.
lion encounters another creature that's not a lion, it eats it. But if a lion encounters another lion, it doesn't. However, if humans encounter another human,
What is
On average,
what
they will
is
not
the-
kill them.
What's the topic of debate right now?
That's a good question.
Whether or not humans are more violent than lions.
Actually, no. I think a
It
better
depends.
example would be an elephant.
elephants are
depends
way
on the-
up.
It depends on the sample size you're taking, and obviously the mental state of both the lion and the human. If your sample size is one human and one lion, I think generally, the human.
So
will be
it depends
less-
on if it's a male
the
lion.
human will be less violent. Generally, the male, the lion will be more violent because it's in their nature to go out, kill things, to eat. Violent way of living.
Anyway,
Okay.
this is off topic.
Not necessarily needed too much. Larger sample size, humans often war with each other. Very violent things. Do you compare that to a pride of lions? Lions, it kind of falls into the background how violent they are. Maybe
I don't
2 or
know.
3
You've
kills
never
from
seen
whole
a
pride.
lion nuke.
So
I
it
want
would
really
love to
a
see a
lion
lion.
nuke.
So,
I do understand.
Nate, you would also hear a little bit about Beowulf's fortress, which the orcs they tend to avoid that area unless Baron Wolf sends people to them.
He's the mafia.
Yeah, he's the mafia. Effectively, is what you get from that.
Does Herc know where Baron Wolf's base is?
You have not asked him that.
That's why I'm asking now.
Well, you asked a bit too late because now Herc and Devassi are off shopping.
Patrick, I haven't been able to do that. Have I?
I mean, they left at the end of the play.
I would have. I was gone.
You also left at the end of the play.
Yes, I did. Or did not.
Yes, and so did
Would
Jarn.
have asked. Would have asked.
You would have asked when.
So
just told you.
After the play, when they
Yes.
leave?
Yes.
Ask
I
what?
would have asked right before. Because that's where he said those people that knew about the Urzexus were.
Okay. I'm going to assume if you did not ask then you did not ask.
Patrick, I left right as the play ended.
Yeah, that was before the
He
play.
did. No, it wasn't.
You talking
Assume
about
the
the
opportunity
Urzexus
did
was
not
before the play.
Oh, no. I said I would have asked right before they left. Didn't ask where the base was.
Wait, what
the
are we
play.
asking here? What
You
what's
are
being
not.
asked?
I am. Apparently, I can't ask her.
Yeah.
Where the
I would just assume the opportunity didn't arise.
there's no reason why I wouldn't have been able to ask
Ask Kirk where what is.
the Baronal spaces because that's where he said the orcs were that knew the Urzexus.
It's a fortress, right? It cannot be hard to miss.
But I still don't have to know where it is.
Just
Yeah.
wander around for 15 minutes. You'll undoubtedly
It's
find
not going to be in
Berg
town.
would say he would rather not tell you in public
Where
because people might be listening.
point. You didn't hear what I said, did you?
No, I didn't.
I said point.
point.
So 90%
Oh.
of the people here can't speak common.
How do you know that?
Have any of them responded to any of us speaking common?
I mean, you haven't spoken directly to them.
Hello, do any of you understand me besides the barkeep?
None of them are paying attention to you.
I say it very loudly.
Oh, yeah. Philip
Still.
will walk over. Joran, why are you shouting?
See if any of them can understand me.
They seem to ignore you. Or avoid looking at you is the correct
Ignore
term.
me or not be able or ignore me or not be able to understand me.
Avoid looking in your direction.
Thus ignoring me.
Yes.
Ignoring me because they can't understand me.
Or ignoring you because you're shouting at them and they don't want to look at you.
Most people look when someone shouts.
Usually when it's someone they know. They're also orcs, and people shout all the time.
They're also orcs and probably can't understand a word I'm saying.
I
Otherwise,
mean,
why would we have had Dovasri slate?
if it were me, I would turn my head to see who was shouting, even if it wasn't a language I could.
People
Yeah.
are shouting all the time. There are people
Which, that is a
shouting
fair argument.
just in the bar, shouting to each other.
Yes, that is perfectly fine. Anyway, Joran, what's the issue here?
I need to know what Baron Wolf's space is.
Then we can talk about it at a different time.
Do we have time?
Are you going to Baron Wolf's space now?
Can't the two of you just go discuss it privately in one of the two rooms?
I have to go shopping with Devasari.
Certainly she can wait all the 2 minutes that it will take.
I do not want to be alone with him.
Then I will come with you.
Great.
Yeah, so Philip will march on up the stairs.
Leilani will give him a questioning look as he goes up.
He'll just hold up a finger for him, like, just wait a
Yeah,
minute.
she nods and continues about her
Darn
business.
follows.
You are now alone.
With her.
Yes.
Philip.
So,
Alone is a stretch, but
Philip.
Three's a crowd.
Philip disappears.
And Herc glitches into the wall as he T-poses.
So he just
Sorry,
He just
he
knows.
didn't have any coding to be here in this scene, so because this scene was not
knows
meant
it's in the
to
form.
be in the game, but you just found a glitch.
This was a planned scene, but they wrote it out.
Yeah.
no clips into the back rooms.
Yes.
All right, Hook. Explain away.
Where's the base?
Baron Wolf's base is a few miles north of here. In between some very, very large trees. I know that's not very descriptive, but you'll know what I mean when I say very large trees.
I'm sure.
And certainly there should be a rather prominent path leading up to it. If it's a fort.
Yes.
That is where you heard mention of the Azexus.
Yes.
You
Or
heard it
not
anywhere
not
else?
exactly. It was just some of his men were talking about them.
Okay.
John, are you going
Have
to
you-
this fortress on the basis that your name has only been mentioned?
Yes. Where have you heard it anywhere else?
No.
So, as far as you're aware, only Baron Wolf's men know the Azexus.
Yes.
What did they say about them? Besides
Pardon
just, like, what exactly?
They're dangerous.
Pardon
I'm
Interrupt.
talking.
Don't-
I'm talking.
They're
Pardon my
dangerous.
interruption.
Don't trust them.
I'm talking.
Jaron, I mean this with very little respect. Where have your wits gone?
I would like to know what they know about my family.
And you intend to just march in there and ask?
Yes. I have a
And-
plan.
Oh, you do? Please
Yes.
enlighten me.
I told you I have a way to disguise myself.
Into what? What form are you going to take that will make them answer your questions?
And they will know the Azexus as.
Then why not just appear as yourself? What's more recognizable as an Azexu than an Ozexu?
My normal self wouldn't be respected.
Shocking! Truly shocking.
I don't know if any version of Jarn would be respected.
So I have a
Why-
way of getting
Okay,
that respect.
why? Okay.
Why do you even care?
Because depending, contrary to what you may believe, it would be less than ideal if you were to die. It would be significantly less than ideal if you were to accidentally divulge information regarding your true nature and then the rest of us. Things become significantly more complicated if you're not functioning, not alive, not breathing. And you intend to just walk in as some Ozexu and them to receive you cordially and pour you a cup of tea and smoke cigars with
Boy,
Baron
expect
Wolf, reminisce over the old times.
I do
together.
expect some amount of respect.
Right. you are
Especially
still
if my
aware.
father is involved in any of this.
Right. You are still aware that they potentially have the prince,
Yes.
so it doesn't speak well to the relationship and respect of nobility and royalty. So, what's truly to stop them from just, as soon as you utter your name, that they just cut you down where you stand? Truly. Business. Certainly, you understand that if they do have the prince, then they have the best business they could possibly have. Literally a king's ransom.
With us.
What was that?
Not with us. My father doesn't care about the prince, and you know that.
It doesn't matter what business they have. It'll be set for life, for many lives to come.
It's about the money.
They'll have all the money they could.
If it's about the money. If it's not, really, can't be it. No amount of money is worth a war.
If it's not about business, then what could it be about? If it's not about making a profit.
Don't know. Heart.
What?
Okay, I need you to step away.
Her steps away.
Don't listen in.
Okay.
Back upstairs.
He goes back downstairs.
It's about the heart, and you know it. Why else would they want your blood?
If it was about the heart, why would they take the prince so far away from the island of Kamlisle, where his blood is needed?
Because they knew you would come for him.
Oh, did they?
I'm just guessing.
Last I
Thinking
checked.
of ideas and reasons.
Yes, admittedly, they were probably expecting somebody to come looking for the prince. I highly doubt that they would have at all planned on it being somebody related to him, though. It just makes so little sense to go about this in the way that you intend to go about it. But if you're adamant about it, by all means. Perhaps you won't die. Perhaps you won't make a fool of yourself. So, by all means, bring whatever information you can back.
Are you done?
Yes.
Very well. Let me get on with the mission.
The mission. Right.
As I start. They're not horses, are there?
Not that we
Are
own.
there horses? Yeah. Got bones.
You don't have bones.
That's why I'm going to go to Leyline.
Yes, I have bones and I am out shopping.
Dang it. Then I'm going to start walking.
Just gonna walk north?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're splitting the party.
Oh, yes. Yes.
3 ways.
This was 4 ways.
No. Leilani, I'm pretty sure, is with the Vossarian.
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
All right,
It is
4
split
ways.
4 ways.
Yeah.
I have been wanting to figure out how to manage a 4-way split in the party for a while now. And admittedly, like, this isn't severe. Two of them are literally just going shopping. And Philip probably won't be in any danger. So really the only person
Well, about
in
that.
recognizable danger
Well, about
recognizable
Philip not being in danger.
is jarring. Unrecognizable danger. That's another topic.
Danger
but
is
of
a
course
strong word.
it's unrecognizable.
Okay, so we're going to start with Philip. What's Philip doing?
Well, as Philip said, he is just maintain, the whole being social, telling, not like grand performances or here or there, but just making up more personal stories and telling them to like.
And several
a
orcs
table
do
of
walk
people.
in, and I would like you. It's like a memory roll. So
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
We have to roll for
Roll
it.
intelligence.
15.
Okay. You happen to recognize one of the orcs
That's the one you.
as one of the orcs from the raid,
As I said.
and he recognizes you. He
Really?
looks. He walks in. He looks at you.
As soon
and
as I see that
stops.
look of recognition on his face, so my face flashes pale, but Philip
So pale, you
stands
don't
up.
even recognize him.
Philip stands up, and he's just like, "You! Oh my god, it's good to see you."
And the
Come
orc
over
has
here, let me-
he's basically frozen in place.
Come over here. Let me buy you a drink real quick.
Like,
Walks over.
I'll throw my arm around his shoulder, lead him to the bar, slap some knuckle bones down onto the counter. 2 drinks, one for my pal here, and one for me.
The orc has been staring at you this whole time.
I love this so much.
And then as the drinks are set down, Philip just he takes in a shaky breath and tries his best to hide it.
It's just like
So, how's business? I must commend you. What you did at the castle was truly remarkable, truly commendable. It's really quite impressive.
The orc puts a hand on your shoulder, like slowly places a hand on your shoulder, and just stares at you.
what is his face saying?
How's business been recently?
He places
yes.
a
Do you
hand
remember
on
what
your
happened at
other
the castle?
shoulder. What did you say, Ryan?
Do you remember what happened at the castle?
I do.
And the orc's still staring at you,
Is it the same one?
and immediately tries to kiss you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that
the
night
orcs.
all day ever since. It's the gork.
Yeah. Philip. He doesn't turn it away, and admittedly is caught really off guard. But he realizes real quick what's going on, and returns it with unequal amount of passion.
Oh, dear, no.
And the bartender's just watching this, just,
Uh-huh.
huh.
Yeah.
Rick?
Philip will break the kiss, and then he'll turn to the bartender.
Thought you were with me.
Super flustered. We're going to need a few more drinks.
I can see, I can tell. Do you need a room too?
I already got a room.
I'd like to point out this is a male orc,
Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
so
Oh,
that's
Gorg.
even better.
Firmly
It's the
established.
Gorg. Been waiting for this day.
All right. So, how's business been?
and he says in kind of broken common. Well, you can understand it enough. I've thought about that day every night. That moment every night.
You do.
As have I. It's burned in my memory. A passionate flame.
Fling?
Flame.
Flame? Yeah.
Philip's over here trying to, like, forget as hard as possible.
Yeah, you can tell.
How have you been?
I've
Baby.
been good. Thank you for asking. Yourself?
I have missed you so much.
That's good to hear. That's truly. I've missed you just the same. Yeah.
Is that
fact,
true?
After that night, a realization struck me that I only have so much time to do what I want. You know, I'm a short-lived race, and that single moment of love just made me realize that I should chase and pursue what I want to do. And so I picked up the art of performance and art. And well, I left behind my noble life and I decided to pursue a career of bardic inspiration. And I've since gone by the name of Martin. So, just so you're aware, that's my name now.
I now realize
That's
I
all
never
blood.
learned your name before.
It was all because of you. It's where I am right now, doing what I love.
You can see the
Thanks.
orc is actually tearing up.
Thank you. Truly.
I'm gonna guess right now. He doesn't need to rope love.
No, I have like triple advantage on that.
Yeah.
And the orc
cannot
like
fail.
holds onto your hands like, well, now that I am here,
You wanna?
we can finally be together.
Indeed, we can. I'm here with some of my minstreling friends. They're out currently running some errands for me. But we're doing performances typically at every meal. That's the plan anyway. I might have some business to attend to in the coming days, but yes, until then, feel free to stay. Also, just so you're aware, it tends to make my work a little more complicated when I'm recognized by, authority figures. If they recognize me, they'll see me as the marquis that I was and not the minstrel that I am now. So there's really, honestly, no need for you to say that I'm here to your supervisor. Truly no need. It would just make my life worse, and neither
I
of
would
us
never
want
want
that,
to do that.
do we?
I didn't even know you were
And I wouldn't want
Marquis.
to do that to you either.
My love.
Philip is now on his third flagon of ale.
Yeah.
Can you roll?
He needs the
Can you roll
motivation.
fortitude
Yeah.
after your third flag?
Oh no. So if you get drunk, you're gonna start saying the truth.
Yeah, that's to 6.
Oh no,
Oh
Philip.
no, he's drunk.
That was
I'm
the
sorry.
intended
Sorry.
result.
It was
You are,
That's
in
a
fact,
cake,
drunk.
right?
Moving
Yeah,
on.
Minimum without failure.
Moving on to Devassi
Um,
or Leilani.
where would Devasri and Herc have gone
The
in
store.
in the town?
Get some milk.
Is there a specific store they'd go to, or
No, not even limited to clothing stores. I'd just be walking around.
okay? So there'd be a time where you head out of whatever store you were in, and Devasri and Herc would both notice Baron Wolf and several of his men have entered into the city.
Was that a pleasure? I'm not going to talk to him.
And Herc immediately takes notice, turns around, and starts walking away.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna kind of grab onto him and lead him much more subtly down a different area.
This is not good. This is not good.
And so happy he's not in his face.
He knows. He has to know.
Maybe he's just coming into town. There's nothing for sure yet, and if we stay out of sight, and hopefully staying to a district that he wouldn't be expected to go into, he might not even find us.
He'll find us. He always finds what he's looking for.
We'll be fine. Let's do the outskirts of the city, though.
Okay. And at some point, Leilani would also head out and notice this.
Yeah, assuming she doesn't spot her, she's just going to.
He doesn't spot her, but she does notice that he is heading in the direction of the tavern.
Is he going directly to the tavern?
He's heading in the tavern's direction.
Right. Leilani is going to take the most direct route back to said tavern.
And you would reach there before him. And there you would find Philip and an orc drunkenly embracing.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Philip will look over the orc's shoulder, make eye contact.
You are extremely drunk at this point.
Yeah, he will just mouth, "Help me."
Passionately embracing.
Leilani will hesitate, get a very slight look of shock, and then understanding.
You understand because you know what happened.
She is going to walk over to Philip and say, "I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, but I believe it's time for you to prepare for your next performance."
Huh. So it is. I'm sorry, my friend. I must get ready.
Did you get drunk?
It was only a few drinks, Leilani.
You notice there's at this
I'm
point there's
fine.
like 5 empty flagons sitting in front of him.
Bargains.
We must make you presentable.
He is very presentable to me.
Presentable as is. Thank you, my friend. Truly.
With that, she is going to drag Philip upstairs.
And as you do so, the orc just looks and just like,
bye-bye.
Leilani gives him a smile, the kind of smile you give to like a young child, like, "Oh, isn't that cute?"
oh.
Yeah. Then, upon entering the room, he's going to immediately say, "Baron Wolf is headed this way."
Who's that?
Oh dear.
Fascinating.
My.
Is that a problem?
What?
Philip,
What?
Baron
Yes?
Wolf is headed this way.
Right. What's the problem? We wanted to talk to him, didn't we? It's coming straight to us.
Do you want to talk to him like this?
Like what? I'm fine.
Philip,
What? It was a few drinks. I am well about my wits.
Philip, you sound like your cousin.
Which one?
We wouldn't want that.
Your cousin Andrew.
Oh,
I
that
have a cousin?
I don't sound like him. He's Andrew. And
You're
Andrew sounds
slurring your
like
word.
I am not slurring my words. You are slurring your ears. Ha!
Philip, we need to go.
And where would we go? I like this place.
Away from here, he was headed this way.
Fine. Yeah, it's fine. Please let me get another ale for the road.
If you go back down there, your friend will want to come with us.
What friend?
The one you were passionately involved with.
Oh, right. Him. Oh, he's very nice.
Do you want to go and get him?
What?
No.
Do you want to go get him? We could bring him with us.
The orc. Get him.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I think we should get him. That sounds like a good idea to me.
All right. Maybe he can find a place for us to go hide for now.
Maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll find another ale.
Right. So Leilani is going to lead Philip back downstairs. And then she's going to ask the orc at the bar, who is almost certainly staring at Philip.
Uh-huh.
Do you know a place we can?
Yeah.
Philip has decided to forestall his performance as he cannot get his mind off you. Is there somewhere where you wouldn't be interrupted that the two of you could go?
Yes. Yes, there is. Oh, his room.
Right. Well, if you would let me know where you're headed, so that I can come and get you, or come and see any needs are met. I see Philip's personal servant.
I have a house in town.
I see.
I am feeling out of sorts.
Sure. Perhaps you need another drink, my love.
Philip announces that to the whole room. Like, he turns around.
Uh-huh. They all look at him and then go back to what they were doing.
Yeah.
It sounds like you need another drink.
Oh, I agree.
The orc gives you another flagon.
Leilani doesn't stop him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he just chugs it down.
Yeah, Leilani is going to give directions to this orc's house.
Uh-huh.
And then say, well, you two have fun, and you best be on your way quickly before anyone notices you're going to be skipping your performance.
Perhaps we should go now.
What performance? Why am I skipping a performance? I never skip performances. Do I have a performance?
Leilani is going to tug your hood up over your head.
Oh, this is
Um,
dark and can do
pat
to me.
you on the back and hand you off to the orc.
And the orc,
He knows who
you
we
head
are.
off to the orc's house.
She is then going to promptly leave
Uh-huh.
and see if he can find the others in the shopping district.
Jaren,
Yes, I'm walking.
you are walking through the woods. I would like you
And
to roll
that's the end of my
a
thing.
perception check.
Mm-hmm. 25.
Someone is following you through the trees.
I'm going to turn a look at the trees. What do I see?
You see a hooded figure staring down at you.
Good.
They have a mask over their face, covering their mouth. You can see their
I
eyes.
took out my falcata and pointed at them. Get down here now. I see you up there.
I wouldn't keep moving.
Why?
You're gonna get killed.
Who are you?
The name's Grok.
Why should I care? Should I care what you think?
Because Baron Wolf cares what I think.
That's me. It doesn't tell me who you are. It doesn't tell me who you are.
Hake.
What do you say?
Hake.
That sounds familiar.
Baron Wolf knows who you
It
are.
should.
Hake.
What did you say, Aaron?
Baron Wolf knows who you are.
Yes. He knows who you
That's
are.
nice. I'm just trying to. Oh, that's nice. I'm just trying to learn about my family and what he knows. What my family's been doing.
Well, you're heading the wrong direction to find out what he knows.
Why?
Because he's back
Is this
in
not
town.
his- I don't want to talk to. I don't need to talk to him to learn that. But there's someone there.
That would be him.
That's it.
Or maybe it's me.
Oh. Is it you?
I suppose you'll have to head back in town and find out.
Wait, you're right here, so I
Yeah.
think I need to.
And I'm up here. And you're down there.
How close is he?
He's about 20 feet in the air.
Okay. Talking right now.
Yes.
Wait, what I need to know.
And I've already talked too much.
Why are you talking to me at all? Why do you care?
I care because Baron Wolf cares.
Why would I die then?
Because he doesn't like you.
What did I do?
That's not what you did. It's what your family did.
And what did they do?
It's not my place to tell you.
It's also not your place to know.
It is my place to know. It's my job to know. It's my job to see.
Is he a half orc?
That's, you can't tell.
I can't tell. But I think I know who this is. You were at the castle, weren't you?
I was.
At the king.
And so were you.
That's right.
You had the king. And in your grasp, and you lost him.
I didn't lose him.
Pathetic.
I didn't lose
Why
him.
should anything you'll say?
I don't know.
You're a terrible negotiator.
I'm not trying to negotiate. You
What
are.
are you trying to do?
Stall.
If you're stalling, then you must not want me to go to the base. Then I must go to the base.
Oh, no, that's not what I'm stalling for.
Going to start walking back.
And that is when you notice there are 3 orcs standing there, a few about 20 feet away in the road.
Gentlemen.
They're not gentle.
Men.
I'd cooperate.
What do they need? What do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you.
Then what's the plan here?
Leverage.
I'd like to take off my cloak.
Okay.
Can I roll intimidate?
You can try.
It's 22. Not gonna say anything. You know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know. The orcs standing in front of you seem a little tensed up, but Higgs just goes, "That's a neat trick."
I would leave. Now.
I have a question, John.
Yes.
Do you want to see your family again?
You want to see yours?
I don't have any. And you don't
There
seem
is
to be in a
lots.
position to threaten me.
All my leverage. For who?
Either your associates or your family. Either way.
You overestimate how much either of those care about me.
Then I guess we have I guess we have someone to help around the castle. A new servant.
One moment. Okay. Roll intimidate again.
Yes, you can.
17. I would run.
Then run.
I'm not talking to him.
Oh. Ark?
I didn't think he would run.
Let's see. They do not move.
Okay. I have a question. Can I talk to Devasri with my ring that I have?
It's just to tell you where she is.
Okay, I didn't think so.
If you could cast message, then target her with it. Or sending, right?
He's a
Guess
bit,
at this distance.
yeah, he's a bit far for message. If he had sending, which I do not believe he does.
Do not. You have no idea who you're messing with.
I know exactly who I'm messing with. I know a lot about you and your family and each of your associates.
Really?
Yes.
You trying to scare me?
No. If I was trying to scare you,
Why? What's the point?
I'd be doing something very different if I was trying to scare you. So, here's what's going to happen. Does Mr. Durand, does he have the heart on him?
I don't care.
Answer the question.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
It's the thing. I don't know.
The
Do
last
I care?
3 discussions concerning the heart, he wasn't in.
That's correct.
Don't know.
And how
Do
about
I
you go
care?
find out?
Why would I do that?
Because then you'll be left alone.
You won't leave me alone. Once I start doing
No,
things for you, you'll
no,
keep asking
you
for
don't,
more.
You don't
No,
understand.
I'm talking. I know how these things go.
Mhm.
Once I start helping you, you'll start asking for more, threaten more. That's how this goes.
You don't seem to think how this goes.
That's how it always goes.
No, you don't seem to understand. You're not helping me. You're doing what I say. Otherwise, you'll be locked alone in a cage until you die. And you'll get to watch your servant friend slowly decay in front of you. Do you want that?
Why would you think that?
Jaren's like, oh, one bright side, good.
Because-
And why would you think about that?
Because unlike everyone else you know, she's the only one you can talk to.
That's not.
The only one that would lend an ear. Because no one cares about you, Jar. And you know this. So if you would like,
Pawn in this game.
and you're not even on the board.
And yet, here I am, being used. Clearly you need me.
I don't need you.
You're just playing a little game.
I already
Don't scare me.
told you what I'm doing. I'm stalling.
Still,
For Baron.
No. I'm wasting your
guys.
time. Do you know how funny that
This is hilarious. This is fantastic.
Do you know how enjoyable it is just watching you slowly go mad over this waste of your time?
I don't think you understand. This is fun.
I suppose it is.
You don't know anything about me.
I don't.
Just a little plaything. It's to be used. You don't even know what you're doing. Do you? I don't even know who you're working for. What the plan is. Making all of this up. Make yourself
Just like
feel
you
important.
and your friends. Or your associates. You don't have any friends.
Keep saying that like I care. I don't care.
If you really
You
didn't
clearly
care, you wouldn't have to point it out to me. It seems like the only person you're trying to reaffirm with that is yourself.
You don't understand how this works, do you? You're very bad at this. Let me help you. Fuck you. I don't care.
It appears to be working.
I'd like to try to intimidate the other orcs again.
You can try. What's your armor?
My armor? Oh, it's 15. That is a 24.
Okay. How much health do you have?
I have 35. Does it make them go away?
It does make the other orcs go away.
That's what I'm trying to do.
As you take... Ooh!
Critical!
24 points of damage. As I did get a critical.
Whoa! Yeah!
As
Nice.
a arrow shoots you in the shoulder.
Really getting you riled up.
I don't seem to be the one riled up here, John.
Did you not just attack me? You
Yes.
really don't understand.
I did just attack you, but not out of anger.
Don't believe you.
I don't need you to believe me.
You wouldn't tell me.
Why would I? It won't matter. You won't be alive to tell anyone.
We are currently telling me.
That's fair. John, I'm going to ask you one question. And I'm going to need an answer. And if you don't answer, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
What is your point in all of this?
Really? That's what you want to know.
Yes.
Monday.
Depending on your answer, I will let you live.
What's my point in all of this? I ask why.
No.
Very nice. Oh. As I'm going to cast Blade Lash. Pull him out of the tree.
One moment. Blade Lash is what you said?
I'm pulling it up now. Within 20 feet. Trip combat maneuver.
You have
which-
to make a one against him at a +10.
Yes.
So please.
Combat maneuver bonus.
What level are you at the moment?
4.
Okay.
He's also falling 20 feet.
He might be
Works.
falling 20 feet. So please. Roll.
Is I'm doing the math. 25.
Defender wins.
Is he a 25?
Yep.
Attacker wins. No.
Nope.
No, that's in D&D.
I guess it needed to be a 26 to make it.
So there is a specific rule in D&D that if it meets it, beats it. But that is not a thing in Pathfinder.
That's not a rule,
It's-
Patrick. It is a house rule.
Yeah, but in D&D, that's how I do that, because it's a lot harder to beat armor or trip or whatever. While in Pathfinder, there's a lot more bonuses involved. It's a lot easier to beat someone's CMD in Pathfinder than to, quote unquote, beat CMD in D&D.
Okay, then I'm going to immediately run.
Okay, and he is going to fire at you again.
Run the run action, which lets me go 90 feet.
Yes, he has a longbow.
Are you wearing medium or light armor?
He should be wearing medium armor,
remember.
at least.
Very leaf armor.
Yeah, that's medium.
Yeah.
Does not it does not give me a minus on speed.
Yeah, I know. When wearing medium or light armor, the run action allows you to move 4 times your speed. Only when wearing heavy armor can you move 3
4
times.
times? Then I am out of his range.
Aaron, how far do you think a longbow can shoot?
120 feet.
A non-composite longbow shoots 100 feet, but can take a -2 to shoot at another 50 feet or something.
And he has a composite longbow.
Which,
Okay.
for every plus the composite has, gives him another 10 feet of range.
So, he just has a normal composite longbow, so it's 110.
So, wait. And I'm also 20 feet away from him already. So that is 140 feet.
Technically, you're 20 feet below him. So you're
That
not,
changes nothing. Okay. It's still far.
so how far
Still
did
just
you
a
run?
-2.
If it's a times 4, the movement is 30. That is 120 feet.
So yeah, it's only a -4.
Way.
Or -2.
Okay.
Is it -2 or
Yeah.
-4?
-2.
Okay. He still hits you.
Ah,
Okay.
He is not trying to kill you though. He's trying to basically pin your ankle or something.
If you're
Or-
trying non-lethal damage, then it's another -4.
Yeah, he would still hit. I rolled a
Oh.
16 and he has a +11. So just on the dice I beat his armor.
Good lord.
I have
Yeah.
bad armor.
Admittedly, I don't have stellar armor either.
So,
That
yeah,
definitely-
your foot is, this is how it goes. It's not going to damage you too much, but basically
Or
what
is it
happens...
It might not damage me at all. He's just trying to pin me.
Yes,
You can't do
but
that.
Yes, you can.
this is how he does it. So basically, the arrow flies through the air. It's going to be real painful as it hits your foot. It basically pierces your Achilles tendon and jams it into the ground.
Non-lethal damage?
Ow.
Yes.
So,
You only take 4 damage. You did not
Oh,
roll very
sweet.
well.
But it struck his Achilles heel.
Okay, it's still lethal damage, but he only did 4 damage.
Right.
oh.
But
Okay.
did it strike his Achilles heel?
Yes.
He can't use that leg to walk anymore.
Until it's
Patrick.
until it's
but
healed.
That's not a Pathfinder thing. That's a that's
will
just
not
that's an
happen.
aesthetic thing.
I think it's
Yeah.
honestly a good aesthetic for Jarn to walk with a limp. But
Yeah.
No.
Aaron,
Already- pretty much
you
already
could
done.
easily get some healing for that in certain places.
If you're still
I
up,
know.
then
Yeah,
You can
I know
roll that.
he's still up because he has like 35 hit points, and I only did 25. I've only done 29.
you'll have to ask Nate about the next minus because I'm not
I
quite
have
sure how it
7
scales.
health left. If I run again, I am way out of his
Uh,
range. He cannot hit me.
Nate,
Yeah, you can take your action to rip it. I wouldn't rip it out of your foot.
I'm not ripping it out.
Like lip your foot off the ground and get it out of the ground and then run. And yeah, you would get out of his range. It's just you would move at half that speed, but you'd still get out of his range because he didn't move at all.
No. I'm pretty sure. Did I not have some healing? Oh wait, no. Then I'm going to also use my scroll of vanish.
Good move.
I mean, I disappear and turn invisible.
Yep.
Does vanish do again? Is that it?
It's basically a lesser form of invisibility. Instead of for a certain amount of minutes, it's a certain amount of rounds.
Okay.
It's like 1 round per level.
I have confirmed how range and increments work with Nate, so if you're curious on those, I can inform you.
So, back at the town, Leilani would eventually have found Herc and Devasri.
Yeah.
Hiding, like in an alleyway somewhere, I guess. I don't know. It's up to Nate.
Devasri is going to message, or Leilani's going to message Devasri when finding. Have you seen that Baron Wolf is in town?
Nate. Hello.
Hey.
Are you there,
hey, Nate.
Devasri?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen that Baron Wolf is in town?
Yes.
Yes.
Where did you find me?
Alleyway.
Okay.
It is up to you where she found you.
Okay, just somewhere around the outskirts of town is fine.
Gotten Philip to a safe location. However, we will need to find another place to hide. He was going for the tavern, and he supposedly has eyes everywhere, so we will have to make our way wherever we go without being seen by many people.
Okay, then. Let's see what I can do about that.
Oh, and in case you didn't hear at the start, this conversation is being had through message.
Okay.
So Herc is very confused.
Herc's just looking between you as you are just intensely staring
Herc
at
just
each other.
sees both of you
And like
mouthing
mouthing words
words.
at each other.
He's just. Am I missing something?
Nothing anybody else wouldn't. I'm going to just kind of like loop my arm through hers and continue walking down about the alleyway, just like we do normally.
Mm-hmm.
I have a cloak on and have been moving around with my hood up.
Yeah, I'm just going to move around like I normally am moving. Why should I be worried?
And eventually, you do reach back up at the town at the Stork's house.
No.
Is that...
I wanted to keep her. No, we weren't going to that orc's house because we had to go somewhere else. That's at least
where did you have to go?
Said.
It's possible that I can find a place for us to stay, but we would be interrupting something that we might rather not.
Yes, I'm perfectly fine not interrupting that.
Excuse me, the orc's a good enough person, and Philip is drunk, so no.
Listen, I don't know nothing about this orc. I don't know anything about how Philip handles the situation, so it could be Philip who initiates. I don't know.
Yeah, so I think, okay, everything was inside of the city, yes? And the city was surrounded by walls?
Correct.
There doesn't seem to be any discreet way outside of the city?
No.
Herc can confirm this.
Yes.
The guards are part of the eyes for Baron Wolf, right?
Probably.
This is also her confirming this.
They could be. I really don't know. I was just a scout for him. I didn't know much.
Assuming he could that, yeah, I'd expect that. Yes. If we can... Are there any other in-style places around here? Or any other places that could offer board?
They're just... yes, there should be. I think so.
Which ones of them are non-obvious?
He'll tell you. A couple that are like out of more public eyes.
Yeah, essentially, I don't really
I'm gonna
care.
ask if any of them are in the same part of the city as the orcs.
Herc doesn't know that.
Well, I give him the location.
I think there are. I think there's one near there.
Then let's go to that one. Oh, and here's the rest of our bones from the expenditures.
You can go ahead and keep them just in case you need them.
Thank you, Sister Mine.
And you head to that place.
This is a question. Once we get there, is it within roughly 100 feet of the orc's house?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
And the boss already gave you his message before, right?
Yes.
Let me know if you need any help. I'm going to go make sure Philip's alright.
And just a lovely thought. Jarn has no idea about any of this.
That's not my priority.
I know. I was just pointing that out.
Don't get killed.
He's not going to be.
I say that to Leilani.
I'll do my best.
And we're going to have a lovely stakeout.
She will. We're gonna what?
That's what I say to Herc. Yeah, it's a lovely stakeout. Or hiding away for the time being.
I don't think that's what a stakeout is. I'm pretty sure a stakeout is like hiding and watching someone. Is that what we're doing?
Watching for someone, yes. More specifically, watching for Baron Wolf to leave.
Oh. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Leilani is going to do her best to, without being seen by many people, or at least without her face being seen, will make her way to the house.
Yeah.
And you do make it to the house.
Yeah. She's gonna knock on the door.
And the orc opens it. He's wearing like this fur robe, effectively. Hello?
Hello, can I do anything for the two of you?
He looks inside and you see that Philip is passed out, effectively on a couch. I don't know if he needs anything. Or
I see.
I've never been in this.
Huh?
Oh, you're awake, sweetie. And Philip is a little out of it, but he's not super drunk anymore.
Oh, disagree.
Oh, he's hungover.
Alcohol
No,
poisoning
still
does not
drunk.
purge the system that fast.
Yeah, and Leilani is not the kind of character to carry around things that would help with this.
I gave him water, but he threw it up.
I see.
What if I kind of threw things? I stabbed them.
You stabbed with water.
That sounds more like it.
I
No.
will make sure to watch after him if you find that acceptable, and we'll make sure he won't ruin any more of your flooring.
Leilani, where have you been?
I've been out making sure that our friends were safe.
Why would they be in danger?
Well, it's just not
Who's
a
Baron
city
Wolf,
they
you
know
mother
very well.
trucker?
Right. Well, carry on then. I'm rightio and dandy
Can I
as
get you some water?
dandelion. Some water?
What's that?
I would love. Should
What did you say?
I would love one.
Yeah. So
No,
I'll be upstairs.
thank you for taking care of him.
It's a pleasure.
So I'm gonna bring you some water. Unless Devassery messages me or something strange happens, this is I'm just gonna be taking care of Drunk Philip.
yeah, Philip,
Well,
90%
eventually.
of the
Jar,
content totally misses Mal.
where do
as
you
he
go when you enter the city? You do eventually get there. You are visible now.
I will have put my cloak on by that point.
Would you have been able to grab your cloak?
Cloak is on me.
Yeah, you said you took it off.
He didn't
Always
just
tie
toss
it
it on
around
the
my
ground.
waist.
Or
Always
just,
tie
like,
it on
stuff
around
it
my
in.
waist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never not
Had to
have it
make
on
sure.
me.
So yes, you would enter. You're stumbling into the city.
Mm-hmm. I'm heading to the tavern.
Where you should be.
And you do head there where you do see a couple of orcs like standing outside like guards where there weren't any before.
This mission is absolutely freaking over, Jarvin.
What?
What?
This mission is absolutely freaking over, Jarvin.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! Yes. I'm like, oh. Where would they be? Where would they be? Mark said he was going to the store.
Hey, Aaron,
Yeah.
you do know where Devassery is.
I'm going to head wherever there is.
You eventually do find this. Basically, it's effectively a motel. It's an actual inn, not like a tavern, not like a bar. An inn.
Mark, is there a door? There's a door.
Yes.
obviously. Not.
They open out.
Someone, an orc
You
opens.
open it.
Hello? An orc opens the door.
Is
What?
there a wee girl? This
Human?
tall. Yes.
Yes.
Is Leilani tall?
Leilani's like 5'10".
Yeah.
Leilani is short.
Never mind then.
Leilani is not short.
Pretty tall, actually.
Vossery is short.
Leilani's
Sorry,
my height.
Leilani is tall. Dove is short. Dove is like 5'6".
Okay.
And 5'6".
5'6" is
I'm
short.
looking for her.
No.
Looking for. Do you know is she in here?
Yes.
Okay. May I come in? Please.
Yes.
Thank you. As I walk in, limping with an arrow in my foot.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. 'Tis but a flesh wound. And I go look for her.
The orc would point out which room that she is in to you. Eventually, Devasari and Herc hear knocking on the door.
Excuse us for just a second. And I'm just gonna wait 10, 15 seconds. Then I'm going to go and open the door.
And Jaren is standing there.
Well, you look
No,
horrible.
sorry. Yes, I do. As I'm going to stumble in, you notice the arrow in my foot.
You look terrible.
Also, you look terrible.
I know. Are you both in here?
No. Well, Herc is.
Me and Herc were just having. I was probably going to be playing some verbal games with Herc, by the way, just to pass the time.
Mhm.
And it's just gonna be me and Herc were just having some fun here, waiting for the threat of Baron Wolf to pass.
Okay. Right. Well, I was attacked, if you couldn't tell. You know about all of us. And they know what we're doing here.
What are we doing here again?
We're here for the prince.
Oh, yeah.
The prince. And Philip! Is Philip here?
No,
Where's Philip?
in a house just down over there.
Okay.
I don't think you should go. You need to lay down.
I will
Yes,
be
you should
fine.
probably go to bed.
I'll be
You aren't
fine.
going to get followed, are you?
It was invisible.
Were you invisible when you came here?
It was invisible when I left the place where I was attacked.
Oh no.
But
You were probably followed.
it was invisible.
Not when you came
Not
here.
all the way here.
Why would they care about that? They'll probably come
Because
in
they
here
know
with
where
guns
we
all the
are in
time.
the city now.
Probably already did.
Nah, guys, let's just assume best case scenario.
Best case
Unclear,
scenario,
you
man.
stay obvious.
Yeah.
Not to mention the literal blood
I
trail.
think best case scenario would be the king never died and we're still at the party. This whole
That would
campaign would be in that party.
Best case scenario, the NPC did his job.
But it's me, so we know that's not going to happen. Hey, NPCs sometimes do their job off screen, but only when
No, they
they
don't.
need to.
When they're the bad guys.
Yeah. See, you get it. Excuse me. Only one good NPC has not done their job off screen.
I stop assigning jobs to them.
Most do.
And I think that is a good place to end it. So thank you
Yeah.
for joining us for Paths and Dragons.